All right, good Monday evening. It is 6:30 on September 22nd on this first day of fall. Definitely starting off on a warm note, but nothing near the 90-degree days that we had between Friday and Saturday. But guess what? We'll get there as we go into your Tuesday and Wednesday as well. It's looking and feeling like fall, especially up towards the high country. This is a live view over towards App State. This is a camera shot that I've just been showing throughout the weekend and today as well. You can see a little bit of color there and just a preview of the beautiful fall foliage that we will expect to see in the coming weeks as well. Hard to believe that we are finally into fall. Now, temperatures, we had high about 86 degrees, so we're on the come down now. 7 p.m. will fall into the lower 80s and then upper 70s for any evening plans that you might have. Will be perfect for an evening stroll out there with the dog, and overnight lows falling into the lower to middle 60s once again. So weather impacts going into this week ahead. Yes, it's going to be hot, feeling more like summer as we start off this first full week of fall, upper 80s to near 90 degrees. If we look back, Friday and Saturday, we hit the lower 90s twice in a row, actually. We actually hadn't done that in about a month since then. So we'll do it all again for this week, have 2 chances to do that. But as rain chances start to increase as our next cold front comes through, that's going to knock temperatures back more seasonable as well. It's also going to bring some much needed rain here in the Queen City as we are on our 16-day stretch of no measurable rainfall here in the Charlotte area. Well, the mountains, yes, have seen some rainfall, but it's really the metro area that has been lacking with that, and that is why there has been a slight drought added to the metro area. We're also checking in on the tropics as well as it's really starting to get active out there. Now, today was the autumnal equinox. Seasons happens, of course, because of the Earth's tilt. It occurred today officially at 2:19 p.m. This is when the sun sinks down to the south, passes directly over the equator, and the term equinox means equal day and equal night, about 12 hours each, but not necessarily happening today. At least the equal day and equal night actually will come on Friday. It's called the equilux. The reason why we don't see it today and have a little bit of a delay is 2 reasons. One is atmospheric refraction or light bending that can make the sun visible just a few minutes longer. Another factor is how daylight is measured. So the sun is measured as a disk, and the top of the disk measures the start and end of daylight. So with sunrise and sunset, this also adds a few extra minutes of daylight as well. Now, this is also the time of the year where a sun angle matches up with the March sun. That sun angle will continue to trend down in the coming months at the lowest angle as we go into December. Live look outside from our uptown camera. We are sitting at 85 degrees, 2 points creeping up into the lower 60s out there, but fairly comfortable, and do have some calm winds out there as well. Another view from our tower camera showing some high clouds out there, making way for a filtered sunset as well, especially as we go into the next hour. Evening plans, again, keep them. We'll be feeling really nice as well as those overnight lows do drop down into the lower 60s. So lower to middle 60s, I should say. Daily almanac today, we hit a high 86 degrees. That was about 5 degrees above the normal high for this time of year, which has dropped down to about 81. We also did a low of 64, about 3 degrees warmer than the average of 61. So for the top 5 warmest autumnal equinox days, yes, we hit 86. It is unseasonably warm, but nothing compared to the top 5 warmest first day of fall days that all featured high temperatures ranging from 93 to about 97. But we'll get into the 90s here as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. We did have a couple of showers earlier this afternoon over towards the high country, nothing of which that were too substantial. We had nothing here in the Charlotte area, just a couple of afternoon clouds. We'll carry that into tomorrow as well. Now that cold front will start to come through out ahead of it, bring us a chance for a few showers on Wednesday, but really start to ramp up our rain chances between Thursday and Friday, periods of rain possible, and even a couple of thunderstorms as well. Could linger into the weekend. So that surface map, there's that low pressure system coming across the eastern portion of the country. This could bring some stronger storms over towards the Tennessee Valley as well. So this is Thursday. Notice that main coverage of rain probably up towards the high country, eventually moving in later in on Thursday, Friday, a couple of thunderstorms possible, and this will continue to pass across the Carolinas as we go into this weekend. This is beneficial rain statewide to both North and South Carolina, so we will take anything that we can get. Now, models are a little bit split on how much rainfall that we could actually see from now into Saturday. We will get a better idea of timing and maybe the threats with any potential storms as we get around 72 hours before the actual event. So stay tuned for that latest forecast as well. Futurecast rainfall, like I mentioned, it is split, but some models are indicating the potential of anywhere from about a half an inch to upwards of 1 to maybe 2 inches of rainfall. So again, this is beneficial and certainly something that we will be fine-tuning throughout the work week. When it's not raining, it is hot. Upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Tuesday and Wednesday will stay warm as we go into your Thursday, then knock back down as we get those rain chances. Some cooler, more seasonable temps expected into the lower 80s Friday all the way through this weekend. The average last 90-degree day is September 12th. The last 5 years, the last 90 day has all been mainly around mid-September. So this is right on par with the last 5 years as well. Checking in on the tropics, we do have Major Hurricane Gabrielle. It did strengthen into a Cat 4, winds sustained at 140 miles per hour. This will continue to work its way up to the north-northeast at 12 miles per hour. It is about 800 miles off the coast of the Carolinas, and it did undergo rapid intensification. That is the increase of maximum sustained winds of at least 35 miles per within 24 hours, and that is what it did overnight. Now, this will continue to steer off to the east and have no direct impact to land, but it is bringing indirect impacts such as high rip current risk over towards the Outer Banks in the red and a moderate risk in the yellow will start to improve going into your Thursday. National Hurricane Center also monitoring 2 tropical waves, one that has a high chance of becoming our next tropical depression going into Wednesday. That is the one in the red. The one in the orange has a 50% chance of cyclone development. So the tropics are really starting to come alive and definitely worth watching going into this week ahead. So as we go into your 7-day forecast, we'll continue to see those temperatures stay warm, toasty, upper 80s, close to 90 degrees. As we go into your Tuesday and Wednesday, minimal rain chances for Wednesday, probably the best coverage up towards the high country. And then Thursday and Friday, possibly periods of rain and some thunderstorms. And then we'll cool down as we get better rain chances as well, down into the lower 80s. We will take a quick break. We will be right back.